Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to Card Making Project 617. And I'm sprinkling a little touch of Christmas on us all today. Now a few weeks ago, in fact Card Making Project 612, which was this one, I said to a friend, do you know what, I'm going to revisit this and make it for Christmas instead. Because it's such a beautiful card and the design of it will just work for any occasion. And I really do love going back to the old paper crafting, paper folding, because I think you can get some unique and different looks for all of your paper projects, whether you're card making, scrapbooking, etc. So this one is already on my blog, 612 it is, and the technique to make the little paper fans is also on there. It's included in this technique, in this project. We've done a technique on its own for these as well a couple of years ago. But watch this one first and then watch the Christmas one if you've never made these, because it shows you how to. So that's what today's is based on. I want to show you a few of the items that we're going to use, and then we can make our card. Now I've got to say, as cards go, I think I've just said that it is so spectacular and it's nice to be actually paper folding. Now I'm using the Anna Griffin Christmas Say It Anyway stamps, and I'm using it for the insert of the card only, and it's may your where is it? May your holidays be merry and bright. And I'm just using that for the inside. If you don't have these, substitute it with the Christmas stamps you do have. I'm also going to be using the Paper Tricks 2. Well, this is the embossing folder with Paper Tricks 2, and this is to make the little fans. Again, I'm not showing you how to make the fans. It's already on 612. But that's what you need to make them. And there's more details on there. And we're using my faithful companion, the Ornate Easel Card Die 2. So we're only using the shadow layer and the ornate layer and one of the label layers. So we're not using the actual whole easel card die. We're not using that bit. So, without further ado, let's make a gorgeous Christmas card. So the base card is the Pretty Christmas Card blanks. These were around a year or so back. If you don't have them, use whatever you have in your stash. Anna's got some great foil layers. They'd work for the base layer. Now, already on the back, I've added my name and the card making project number, which is 617, and it's just something for the edges really that I've used this base for. I'm using my bone folder from the Anna Griffin tool collection just to make sure I've got a nice sharp score along the edge so that it looks professional when it's stood up. Now we're going to create the inside first. Now the previous card was portrait. So let me just grab the card again. So it was portrait style was that one. So we're going to make this one landscape style. So we're taking the seam of the card to the top. Now for the inside, I've actually used the waist, just like the previous card, the waist of one of the die cuts for the easel card. I've used some Christmas foil paper. It could be any. I've trimmed it to fit the inside of the card. And you can see how it's got that great big hole in the middle, which is fine because we're going to cover that. We're only going to see the edges really of this, but it's just being frugal and, you know, giving it just a different look. I'm mean, it looks great like that as it is. And I've been nice and symmetric with how I've die cut it. Not really on purpose, but I did try. So I've done quite well there. Our next layer, because I am going to cover this up, is the shadow layer from the easel card die. Got to be honest, as the project has been sat, this has slightly changed colour. Now, I'm thinking it's kind of different, kind of for the best, and I'll tell you what happened. I die cut it on ivory cardstock. I inked it with my Distress ink peeled paint, and then I heat embossed it with clear embossing powder. And it's just, for some reason, gone like a verdigris effect. It looks really cool, but it's done that on its own without me doing anything. I don't think I could ever repeat the effect, but it looks quite good. I'm just hoping it's going to tone in with our colours, because believe me, it was a lot greener without the pale. It's really weird what it's... I can't explain it. Anyway, so it's heat embossed with a clear embossing powder. You can see it there, look. And it's just changed colour on its own. It wasn't like that when I left it to dry. I've got flat double-sided tape on the back, and you can see the true colour of the ink on the back where I've been nice and messy. So what's happened on the front, I have no idea. And I'm going to position this through the centre of our card, covering the hole that was die cut, like so. Press it down, and then I've die cut in ivory the ornate layer of the easel card, and that's where I've used the Say It Anyway Christmas stamps. I've used it in black. I do like stamping with black ink. I like the contrast, and I know a lot of you prefer to see the colours, but for, especially on the video on the camera, black does give a good contrast and a nice sharp clean stamp. So I've got flat tape on the back of this, and I'm going to position it over our marbled, because I think it's marbled verdigris background, and there we go. What a great effect. I could not have planned that any better. Press that down. See, I wish I hadn't said anything now. I could say I'd done it all on purpose to give a marble effect through the die cut. But I was completely honest, saying, oh look, it's gone wrong. You can't tell now, but you just see that shine through it. Looks great. And it's going to work so well with the front of the card. I'm going to make and create the front, but I'm just going to use my bone folder for that crease to make sure it's nice and sharp. Okay, so our first layer for the card, remember we're going off the design from number 612, is our little mini fans. So I've got 4 little mini fans that I'm going to position in the corners of the card. So you're just going to see that tip. I hope I'm putting them in the right place. And there we go. 4 corners. And that's the 4th one. Next, we're going to take the shadow layer from the Ornate Easel die set, and I've used some green Christmas cardstock from Anna. I've got 3D foam on the back, and I'm just going to position it just over our fans, like so. So it just gets the edges of the fans, like that. There we go. And press that down. So you can see the fans are just on the corners of that layer. Next is the Ornate Layer. Now on the inside we use the outside, what would normally be the waste from this layer. So we've die cut the Ornate Layer. I've got 3D foam on the back, and that's just going to fit nicely over the shadow layer that we've just added. So we can marry those layers up like that. Now next we're going to add 4 of our fans again. Now I'm just going to position them lightly where I think they roughly need to be. If you're not sure, add a little bit of wet glue so you get a little bit of wiggle room. I'm quite confident, kind of quite confident that I'm getting them in the right place. Kind of like that. And our next layer is a repeat using of the cardstock that we used for the green layer, and I've used the label die from the easel card die set. I've got 3D foam just in 4 corners in the centre so that it should miss where the fans are sitting. So it should sit, oh, look at that. We'll just alter that one a little bit. And I think that's not too bad. Press that down. Now they're in place. And then I can add my sentiment, which I've taken from the favourite Christmas sentiment stickers from Anna. I can peel the back of it away and add it to the front of our card, like so. Press it down, and a nice gold bow underneath it. There we go. And that is our card finished. And I think that looks really nice. Matches perfectly to our inside. And the fans and the layers. And it's just back to paper crafting. I love those folded fans. And you can see how we've replicated number 612. But look how different it looks in a different colourway. And I'm so glad that I've decided to do this, to show you how it's really the same. It's the same layout if I turn it that way. But the colours make it look so different. They make it look unique. Now you could use darker colours, lighter colours, you could use more of contrast, whatever you feel like using. But it is a great card. Dip your toe into paper folding. Maybe you've never tried before. I'd love to know what you think. So please feel free on YouTube or Facebook. Let me know. Have you enjoyed it? Is it nice seeing 2 colourways of the same design to give you even more of an idea to think outside the box? Please check my blog. All the details are always under the video on YouTube, and I always post all the details on Facebook and on Twitter. So check it out, check the other projects out. Please, give me the thumbs up, share with your crafty friends, and let me know what you think. So I would just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.